I am the chosen one. No, I am. What wanna bet? I bet I can beat you at, say, a 9-hour Lego game. May the fourth be with you. Happy Star Wars Day to each and every one of you. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is the sixth Lego Star Wars game overall. And in this game, you play through each of the three Star Wars trilogies and all 9 episodes in the Skywalker Saga. This does not include a Rogue One or Solo, or so it's just specifically the Skywalker uh, saga. Now, since it is Star Wars Day, of course, uh, duty calls for me to talk about something Star Wars related, and I got a sense in the Force to review this game because my wonderful sister so generously got me this game for my 27th birthday last year, and I finally had the opportunity to play through the entire game throughout the October and November 2022 periods, and I certainly have some complex thoughts to share on this game. I mean, but let's get the elephant in the room out of the way first. This game would have been released in 2020, 2 years early, if it wasn't for the fucking COVID pandemic. Literally, this game was delayed far too many times and for far too long. There was no excuse to not release this game in 2020. Heck, if The Last of Us Part 2, which was the biggest game of that year, could release during the worst of the pandemic, so could this game. I mean, movies I can understand being delayed because of COVID, because in the cinema there's a far higher chance of catching COVID, but going out to a store to pick up a game, there is no way you're going to catch COVID, so it would have been perfectly safe to release this game in stores. But nonetheless, even if the COVID pandemic did make the wait for this game feel never ending, we finally got it, so we can't complain anymore. And overall, the Skywalker saga is not the all-time greatest Lego game that I wanted it to be, uh, and this game is certainly flawed, more flawed than I wanted, but uh, it I can't deny it is Lego's most ambitious game by far, and it's a bitcher to download on the PS4. I mean, downloading this game on the PS4 is like giving it a heart attack or something. So, but there is an advantage to uh, cramming in 9 movies into one game. There are 5 levels in each episode, and each level is expertly paced. None of the levels drag, because that is one complaint I have with some Lego games, is that some levels do feel like they overstay their welcome. But that was never the case with the Skywalker saga. And this is, of course, visually the most immaculate of the 6 Star Wars game. I mean, heck, it makes the visuals from the original Lego Star Wars game on PS2, which released in 2005, 17 years before this game, look like absolute shit. I mean, and this, you get to explore every single planet in the Star Wars galaxy, so over 20 locations. So once you're done with the Skywalker storyline, the open world part of the game will indeed keep you busy. And yeah, and when you collect and purchase characters, you get a character menu with different categories: Jedi, Sith, droid, etc. And I love that addition. It helps you keep track of all the hundreds of playable characters that you can unlock from each of the three trilogies. But the the parts in this game I was most looking forward to were playing through The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, as we've seen the prequels adapted into Lego games in the past. We've also seen the originals and even The Force Awakens in Lego The Force Awakens, the 2016 game, which was just one movie and was made redundant. Why did they not just wait for the sequel trilogy to make the entire sequel trilogy into one game? But nonetheless, we had never seen The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker adapted into Lego until now. And for the most part, they adapted the movies into Lego decently. And it's also interesting to see the changes they made to the prequels and the originals and even the Force Awakens levels. And the Phantom Menace storyline, I think, was done perfectly. I have no issues with the level structure there. First level, you play through the Trade Federation. Second level, the pod race, and third, the Darth Maul lightsaber fight. Fourth, the Gungans versus droids, and fifth, Anakin destroying the Trade Federation ship. Attack of the Clones level structure was mostly the same as the original Lego Star Wars game, though it is underwhelming how we don't exactly get to play through the clones versus Dooku's droid army. That's one extra level I would have added. And Revenge of the Sith was adapted decently, but was the most disappointing level designed of the prequels in this game. Sadly, you don't get to play through the space battle up over Coruscant, and you don't get to play through the Mace Windu versus Palpatine lightsaber fights. Come on, Lego. We had been wanting. That's a level we wanted to play through, not just to see it in a brief cutscene. Like, thanks for getting our hopes up, uh, but still, at least you get to play through Yoda versus Palpatine, thank God, and that is fucking epic. And A New Hope was also adapted decently, uh, though the most disappointing part of the New Hope playthrough is you don't get to play through the Obi-Wan versus Vader lightsaber fight. Really? Oh, come on. Yeah, uh, this is my biggest criticism with this game. There are too many iconic moments we wanted to play through that are just in a cutscene. Yeah, and I'm not the only one that's going to criticize this. And the Empire Strikes Back's level designer was the most bizarre and random of the original trilogy. Like, having two levels for Hoffa was unnecessary. Why did we need to play for a first level of Han just searching for Luke on Hoth on a Tom? You don't even get to play through Luke escaping from the Wampa. I mean, at least have Luke take on the Wampa in the level. And you also don't get to play through Luke training with Yoda on Dagobah in a level. Also, uh, Return of the Jedi, you don't get to play through the space battle with the second Death Star, but still, Return of the Jedi's level structure was overall great. And we have seen Darth Vader's death and redemption into Anakin, like well, uh, four like four times in Lego now. I mean, first in Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy, then the complete saga, then the Force Awakens in the prologue, and now this. But I do think the cutscenes do sometimes go overboard with the comedy. I mean, occasionally they that they pull out an unexpected joke that makes me go, oh okay, that is a classic Star Wars. But as Lego knows how to parody a franchise to a T, but for the more emotional moments from the movie, you do need to die down the comedy just a tad. And the Force Awakens level structure uh, was one of my favorites. I mean, I do wish you got to play through the Battle of Tangadoa Mars Kanata's castle in a level, but overall it was far better structured and less drawn out than the Lego Force Awakens game. And the Last Jedi's level structure to me was flawless. The best structured of the sequel trilogy, which is ironic as The Last Jedi is my least favorite of the sequel trilogy. But you play through Poe taking down the Dreadnought in the first level, Rey and training up with Luke on Ahch-To in the second, Finn and Rose in Canto Bight in the third, and Rey and Kylo Ren versus Snoke's guards and Finn versus Captain Phasma, and then the fifth level being the Battle of Crait. Though the most disappointing part of The Last Jedi is you don't get to fight Snoke in a boss fight. How underwhelming as fuck. So not only is he wasted in the movie, he's wasted in the game. But playing as Snoke once you unlock him as a character uh, is pretty bad. And the Rise of Skywalker, which adaptates my favorite Star Wars movie in the series. Well, the level structure for it is fine, but not the way I would have done it. Like in first level of Rise of Skywalker is Finn and Poe and Chewie and the Resistance escaping the First Order, and second level is uh, Rey and the gang on Pasanava, and third level is the Kajimi, and fourth is yeah Rey versus Kylo Ren on the ruins of the Death Star, and at which they execute that lightsaber fights in electrifying fashion in Lego form. So props to them. But yeah, and the fifth and final one being my personal favorite, the Battle of Exegol, which could not have been done any better. And yeah, I do I do wish you could have got to play through like Kylo Ren searching for the Wayfinder and confronting Palpatine in the first level, and also you should have been able to play through uh, Rey and Kylo Ren's brief lightsaber fight on Kylo's Star Destroyer by Vader's burnt helmet in the third level. But this game aces the lightsaber fights, and I do kind of wish with the voice acting, as this is one of the uh, few Lego Star Wars games to have voice acting, because uh, three of the original games don't. They could have included dialogue from the movies and not just have voice actors do impressions. That would have been felt so much more accurate. I mean, especially with Palpatine's voice actor, you can tell that isn't Ian McDermott voicing him. But overall, the Force is not quite uh, extremely strong with this game, but it's still fairly strong. If you want, I don't know if this is necessarily the best Lego Star Wars game, but if you want 9 hours in a galaxy far, far away, then this game is still a good use of your time.
I give Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga 3 stars out of 5. Good game.
So yeah, so yeah, enjoyable game, but the quarry is still easily my favorite game of the past year, and I have begun watching Mandalorian season 3 on Disney Plus, and yeah, the first 3 episodes I found are kind of underwhelming. So those who call this the weakest season of the 3, I kind of see where you're coming from. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What are your thoughts on Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time, and when I have more Indiana Jones reviews coming your way, as well as the Harry Awards. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.